Some people think adventure is climbing a very pointy mountain, others think it's wrestling a crocodile. They are all wrong. The greatest adventure a man can have is a road trip, a proper one. Not a little jaunt to the seaside for an ice cream. I'm talking about a journey so vast, so ambitious, it makes your sat-nav have a nervous breakdown. Imagine it. You, your trusty machine, and thousands of miles of open road. The destination? London, the starting point, the magnificent chaos of Pakistan. This isn't just a drive, it's a test of man and machine against continents. It's the ultimate expression of freedom. The idea is brilliantly simple. You get in a car, you point it west, and you just keep going. You don't stop until you can smell the damp pavements of London and the faint whiff of a lukewarm pint. This journey is a symphony of petrol, horsepower, and questionable roadside snacks. It's about leaving everything you know behind in the rearview mirror. It's about waking up and not being entirely sure which country you're in. This is the stuff of legends, and this is what cars were truly invented for. Forget the school run or the dreary commute. This is driving with purpose, with soul, with a genuine risk of getting spectacularly lost. Many will say it's impossible. They'll talk about paperwork, about dangers, about all the reasons you should just stay at home and watch television. But where's the fun in that? The best stories don't start with someone filling out a form correctly. They start with a brilliant, possibly stupid idea. An idea like driving a car from the heart of Asia to the capital of England. It's a challenge that calls to the very spirit of the motorist. It's a declaration that the world isn't just a collection of places on a map, but a giant, glorious playground waiting to be explored on four wheels. So, what do you need? A car, obviously, something robust. Something that won't complain when the road turns into a goat track. You'll also need a sense of humor, an iron stomach, and the patience of a saint. This isn't just about driving, it's about navigating the world. It's about conquering geography 1 mile at a time. It's about proving that with enough fuel and enough courage you can go anywhere. The grandest of grand tours is waiting. All you have to do is turn the key and put your foot down and maybe pack a spare tire, or 6. Our epic journey kicks off in Lahore, Pakistan, a city buzzing with life. You navigate through a sea of rickshaws, say goodbye to incredible food, and head west. The first major hurdle is crossing into Iran, a country of stunning landscapes and ancient history. You'll drive through vast deserts that stretch to the horizon. The road takes you towards Tehran, a sprawling metropolis nestled against the mountains. From there you push on, aiming for the Turkish border. The scenery changes dramatically as you leave the arid plains of Iran behind and enter the rolling hills and mountains of eastern Turkey. It's a land of big skies and even bigger kebabs. Once in Turkey, you're on the home stretch of Asia. The roads get better, you can really open up the taps. You'll storm through cities like Ankara and then arrive in the magnificent Istanbul, a city that straddles 2 continents. Here, you cross the Bosphorus Strait, a momentous occasion. You have officially driven from Asia into Europe. You can almost smell the finish line, but don't be fooled. There's still a lot of Europe to get through. The journey then takes you northwest, across the border into Bulgaria, a country that often surprises people with its beautiful countryside. From Bulgaria, the route slices through the heart of the Balkans. You could drive through Serbia, then Hungary. Budapest is a good place to stop for a goulash. Then it's onwards through Austria, perhaps stopping in Vienna for some classical music and a slice of cake. The roads are now immaculate, a driver's paradise. We are talking about the German Autobahn, a mythical place where on certain stretches there are no speed limits at all. This is your chance to see what your car is really made of, to feel the raw power you've been nursing across deserts and mountains. After the thrill of Germany, you'll cross into either France or Belgium. The final leg. The landscape becomes familiar, green fields, orderly towns. You can feel you're getting close. The final challenge is the English Channel. You can either take a ferry from Calais or, for the ultimate modern marvel, drive your car onto a train and go through the Channel Tunnel. Whichever you choose, when you emerge on the other side, you're on British soil. You just have to remember to drive on the left. A simple instruction that feels surprisingly difficult after thousands of miles of driving on the wrong side of the road. This isn't just a drive, it's a full-on assault on the senses. In Pakistan, your taste buds will be set on fire by Lahori street food. The aroma of spices and grilled meats fills the air. Then in Iran, you'll discover the subtle flavors of Persian cuisine, saffron-infused rice, delicious stews, and bread baked in clay ovens. It's a culinary education. As you drive through Turkey, the kebab becomes king. Every town claims to have the best one. And you must try them all, of course, for research. Then in Europe, the food landscape changes. Again, hearty goulash in Hungary, schnitzel in Austria, and finally, the promise of fish and chips in England. Culturally, the trip is a roller coaster. You start in the vibrant, colourful cultures of South Asia. You experience the profound history and hospitality of Persia. Then you enter Turkey, a unique blend of East and West. As you motor through the Balkans, you see the scars of history and the resilience of its people. Then you hit the orderly, efficient world of Germany and Austria. Each border crossing is like changing the channel to a completely different television show. You'll see different styles of dress, hear dozens of languages, and witness 1,000 different ways of life, all from the driver's seat of your car. But it's not all kebabs and culture. That there are challenges, and I mean proper challenges. Visas. The sheer amount of paperwork can be mind-boggling. You need a visa for almost every country, and getting them can take months. Then there are the border crossings themselves. They can be quick and easy, or they can be a bureaucratic nightmare that lasts for hours, or even days. You'll encounter officials who are friendly and helpful, and you'll meet others who seem to have been trained by the East German secret police. Patience is not a virtue on this trip, it is a survival tool, and let's not forget the driving. The rules of the road change constantly. In some places, the biggest lane marking is just a suggestion. In others, like Germany, the rules are followed with terrifying precision. You'll drive on smooth motorways, bumpy country lanes, and roads that are little more than dirt tracks. You'll have to watch out for camels in Iran, aggressive truck drivers in Turkey, and speed cameras everywhere in Europe. Each country presents a new driving puzzle to solve. It keeps you on your toes, and it makes the arrival in London feel like the greatest victory of your life. When you finally navigate the M25 and roll into the centre of London, the feeling is indescribable. It's more than just finishing a long drive. It's the culmination of an epic struggle. You've battled deserts, mountains and motorways. You've wrestled with bureaucracy and dodgy fuel. You've communicated using nothing but hand gestures and a hopeful smile. The car that pulls into London is not the same one that left Pakistan. It's dirtier, probably has a few new dents, but it's a hero. It has a story to tell, and so do you. You are not the same person who started this journey. This kind of trip changes you. It forces you to become more resourceful, more patient, and more resilient. When your car breaks down in the middle of nowhere, you can't just call a recovery service. You have to figure it out. You learn to trust strangers. You discover that people all over the world are generally good and willing to help a mad person driving a car from Pakistan. You learn that a shared smile is a universal language. These are lessons you can't learn from a book or a documentary. You have to live them. You have to earn them on the road. You also gain a unique perspective on the world. Flying over countries at 30,000 feet makes them all look the same, but driving through them you see the subtle changes. You see how the landscape shifts, how the architecture evolves, how cultures blend into one another at the borders. You understand the sheer scale of our planet in a way that is impossible otherwise. You don't just see the world, you feel it through the steering wheel. You connect the dots on the map and realize it's all one continuous, fascinating place. It makes the world feel both bigger and smaller at the same time. So, when you turn off the engine for the last time in London, what have you learned? You've learned that a car can be more than a tool. It can be a key that unlocks the world. You've learned that adventure is not found in comfort, but in facing the unknown. And most importantly, you've learned that the greatest journeys are not just about the destination, but about the transformation that happens along the way. You set out to drive from Pakistan to London, but in the end, the journey drove you to become a better, wiser, and much more interesting version of yourself. And you'll have the best story to tell at the pub, ever.